But wait, what's the unit? What's the 18% discount unit?
Well, the 18%, according to the data, which was pulled last night, it's going to come in as three to catch the point. It'll be on Brickell Key. Current ask
Oh,
$830 a foot is the average ask. If you would have bought during the winter, you would have paid an average of $1,015 a foot. 18.2% discount that's now in place. What are some of the other buildings? 500 Brickell. We all know that one. That one's right there across the street from the Viceroy
big
as well as the
project.
Baccarat. Then you got 1010 Brickell, which is right across the street from the one that I was quizzing you about, the Ugo project, which, by the way, the name of
Oh
the
wait,
retailer is called
you're talking about Flatiron? No,
Brickell Flatiron. Brickell Flatiron,
Brickell Flatiron.
3%, 3% discount right now versus what you would have paid in the winter. So anybody who bought during the winter, you might want to call that realtor up and say, hey, I thought you said this is a great deal and was only going to be appreciating. Anybody who held back and did not buy, you might be getting some wiggle room, and you also might have an opportunity to go in there and start lowballing, because if the ask is already 3% below what they paid in the winter, you might be able to even lower that price even more.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull this up. How many? What are the active units in that Flatiron? There's like 600 units in there total. It's a massive,
If
massive complex.
you want those numbers, let me give it
I
to you
want those
right
numbers. Tell me those
now.
numbers. Tell our
I will give you
one,
those
two,
numbers
three,
just
five
because
concurrent viewers what those numbers are.
it is our 10th episode anniversary, so I'm going to feel free to share it. If you want to get a list of all these condo projects and what's going on, come out and take my tour. I give everybody a list of all of the condo projects in the area while we wander around 4 miles or so. The Brickell Flatiron, let me see. I'm pulling it up right now. Looks like it has a total of 549 units, of which 32 are on the market today.
That's
1.9
actually
a
not
door.
that's not bad. That doesn't pass our 10% threshold. So
No, it
so
doesn't pass it.
everybody watching, if we see a building, or if you see a building, or somebody tells you about a building that has more than 10% available inventory on the market, that's a red flag. It's also, by the way, a red flag if there are no units available, because that means there's really no liquidity in the building. You can't comp, you can't price. It becomes a more difficult exercise to transact in that building. So the sweet spot is somewhere between 5 and 10%. Once you start getting into 15 and 20%, you better as hell be the cheapest unit in that line, or, well, frankly, you might not be able to sell the unit.
And that's a great point. Daniel, some people don't go price per square foot. They get caught up. They like price per door. Just to give you context, today, if you walk into Brickell Flatiron, your average ask is $1.9 million a door. If you bought in winter, you pay $2.1 million a door. I'm sorry to laugh, but and also too, Daniel, those 32 that are for sale in Brickell Flatiron, they've been on the market 157 days. If you bought during the winter, they were listed, they went under contract, and they closed. Grand total 43 days. So you can see there's a movement right now in Brickell Flatiron, as well as the other 10 projects, which they've already begun to cut pricing on. And what will probably follow is other buildings who basically, unit owners who want to get out the door, they want to move the product, they're probably going to start cutting as well. This is typically how the doom loop scenario plays out.